It's Thursday, November 17th, and I'm in the ripper again. Yesterday, the only time that I got in the same field as the plow was after dark, and it's just hard to get footage after dark. I think we started it around 10 a.m. because we were checking bins for hot spots in the morning and moving some corn around. So we started in at like 10 a.m. and then we shut down around 8:30 last night, I want to say, because I was tired. I had worked overnight shift the night before, so in like 36 hours I had slept 1 hour, and you know, I actually didn't feel tired then, but when you're fatigued like that and you're operating heavy equipment, you start, you know, you make bad decisions or delayed decisions, and things get broke, and you know, so I just told myself I was gonna quit before I broke anything. So then the owner, well, they're talking snow and rain, but the owner of the farm, this morning we were gonna meet out at the tractors at 8 a.m. and get going again, but he surprised me. He came out at, I don't know, he said before 5, but he had, well, 35, he probably had 35 or 40 acres ripped before 8 a.m. So yeah, I bet you he started in around 4:30 this morning, because it's 11:30 right now. I took over at 8 a.m. He took a nap in my truck, and now he's back out in the plow. It's 11:30 a.m. and after I get this field done, which I got about another 40 minutes in here, we'll have probably 40 acres done since 8 a.m. So that's pretty darn good. Well, he's over in another field, so we'll probably have closer to like 50, 55 done by the time it's noon. You know, so in a 4-hour period we've covered, yeah, that's a lot. So this is, this ripper doesn't like going to try to close up the dead furrow. But here's the difference. Plowing, take a look at that. It does pretty good. Trash coverage is really good. We don't chop, so and there's a stalk here and there, but the only thing that's concerning is in these wet spots, this is a wet spot right here, is that you know, then it turns into slabs. And they've had it in the years past where they plowed, and then all of a sudden you got to work it like twice in the spring. The ripper's closing it up pretty good this time. Usually it doesn't do that great a job closing it up, but so there's the plowing. Here's ripping. I'm hitting it at an angle. It does way better at covering the trash and chopping the stalks up at an angle than it does going with the row, because every now and then a row sneaks by the shanks. This is a 7-shank ripper, but I don't know, I'd say I think it's pretty good. We like this ripper, we like the job it does. Who knows, maybe this would be better in a wet year just because you're not creating that plow pan, but I don't know, I like having both rigs going. It's nice when I pull in a field and the long rounds are done and I just quick dress up the headlands and do some short rows in the corners or whatever, and out I go again to the next field. Because that's probably the most efficient way to work fields if you got a plow and a ripper. Don't mess around with your headlands with a plow. Don't mess around in the short rounds with the plow. Let your ripper do it. It's kind of money, but it's actually improving every day since we've started. They're talking rain showers starting this afternoon, turning into snow overnight. It's supposed to get down to like 22 degrees. So snow overnight, into tomorrow supposed to snow. I think about 3 hours north of us, they're gonna get 8 to 12 inches. We're only supposed to get like 2. And I'm hoping it gets warm enough where I'm assuming it's gonna melt right away. The ground temperature, there's no way it'll stay. But it'll make it slick and hard to pull the ripper and plow. So we're going to beat the bandit to get as much done as we possibly can. because that'll be no fun. But it'd be right on par for the way this falls went. Another setback, but see, he's over in a 56 acre field. Then we have the 105 acre farm, so call it 160 left out here. We got a 50 acre farm in Faribault that we left because it's normally pretty wet, so we got to run back, grab that, so call it 210. And then about 15 acres around the bin site, so 220 acres left. I think from 10 a.m. to 8:30 last night, I think we covered 150 acres. Or it was close to it. We were 140, 150 acres. We were moving. You know, and that 56 acre farm, it's all one piece except for one 3 acre chunk is separate, and then there's that big slough. That's the field that has the big hole in the middle. So you know, we should be able to kick out, you know, he should be able to go. I'll go the short rounds on both sides of the wet area. I'll do the little 3 acre chunk. You know, we should be able to move right along, get over in that 105 acre farm, and it's just long stretches. You'd bang out the acres pretty quick, because the acre counter in the combine in the really long rounds in that 70 acre chunk of the big farm, it was at least 3/4 of an acre from one end, drive down to the other end. That was 3/4 of an acre of 6 rows of corn. So it's you know, you can cover some ground pretty easily when you get in and don't have to turn around all the time. Yesterday, let's see, what was I in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different fields from 10 a.m. to 8:30 last night. So this morning he did 1, 2, 3, 4, and he was in the 5th field when I took over. And then I did 6, 7, and now I'm in the 8th field of the day, and it's only 11:30. So it's a lot of broken up fields, but we're about to get back into the big fields. So here's your difference again, plowing. This is where I went over the dead furrow, ripping. So, I don't know. Somebody brought up, I don't want to turn on the plow because it's kind of bouncy for the ripper. Somebody talked about subsoilers. That's kind of the nice part about my full-time job, driving around. When I'm working, I get to see everybody else's operation. I've only seen one subsoiler ripper in the county this year. So I'm sure it's a wet year. Maybe they'll see more of it now. People will start doing it. I don't know. But one of the guys on Facebook that I follow, he was running one. And he was only going, what did he say? 8 inches? 10 inches? 8 to 10 inches he was going in the ground. And he was only going where the grain cart was going or whatever, but that was down in, I don't know where he's out of, Indiana or something. But we got this thing set. We set it a little shallower just because it's so wet and pulling through the mud that we got. You know, we probably could maybe set it a little deeper now, but it's doing a good job, so I'm just leaving it. It's right between that 6 and 8 inch mark is what we're running. You know, you got the big discs chopping everything up. It's got tines on the back, just like the spring diggers. It's just got the tines. There's no roller baskets. I don't know. I think we'd have issues with roller baskets because those things would plug up with how muddy it is in some spots. But I know they make the cleaners or whatever, but to keep those things clean, but I don't know. They do a good job when it's dry, but this thing does a good job wet or dry. So it's like you don't even have to worry about those things plugging up and getting out and cleaning them out or whatever you'd have to do if they plugged up. So yeah, life's good. The crop's in, combine's put away. You know, a couple people said we should have waited for that. I posted that video of doing that that custom work for my uncle. You know, and it's like, you know what? He wanted it done. It's his field. The custom harvester that normally does it backed out. Yeah, so it's like you got to just do it. We weren't going to keep the combine out, you know, and wait for it to freeze, because it's not our corn. We don't normally do custom work, and B, it was firm in most spots, so I went for it, you know, and he was fine with it, because he's fairly certain he's not going to run it next year, because it's the same level as a swamp, so there's really no point to run it. So it's really not even farmland, in my opinion. Not saying something, because we got some wet fields, but yeah, you know, we were rutting it up, but it's like we rut up every field. And then you know, I got over to one side and it got turned into peat ground real bad, so then I really tried to, you know, the combine really started to sink in, and then it's like you've got the ruts going down a foot and a half, then you got like a foot and a half of water on top of that. Well, then you risk getting water up in your fans and electrical, and it's like that's where I pulled the plug, and I left like an acre, 1 acre, 1.5 acres I probably had to leave, and he was happy. He was glad we were able to do, or I was able to do what I did, and then so it's like everybody's operation's different. If you want to wait for it to freeze, so be it, you know. We rutted the fields up, but we didn't have the tillage right behind us, so now we've, you know, tomorrow will be a week since we finished harvest, and the ripping's going great. We're going right through the ruts, it's closing them in, leveling the fields back off. I mean, I can't complain. I think we're doing a good job personally. That's our operation. Everybody's operation is different. I'm not going to critique anybody's operation, but that's how we're doing it. You know, we had to get the crop in, and now we're dressing the fields back up. Last year we didn't close some of the ruts in good enough, and kind of learned our lesson. But the 4-wheel drive went right through those ruts. But you know, we're closing them all in. We got this rig with the ripper. We got the 8870 with the 9-bottom John Deere 3710 plow, and then we got the 8440 John Deere tractor with a, I think it's a white disc, and it's only as wide as the tractor. So, you know, whatever that is, 10 feet or whatever. Maybe it's 12 feet. I don't know. Nobody's, I mean, they did like 5 acres with that thing just to mess around with it, and it did a great job. But one of the guys that was supposed to rip this year has been moving a shed for his house. He bought a shed that they moved onto his property, so he's been getting that building site ready, and then the other guy got sick. So it's like, well, we just focused on getting harvest done, and now we're covering some mega acres. So the one guy's starting to get better, so he wants to come back out. So I think he might be out in the 8440 in the bean ground today. I'm not sure, but we're focusing on corn ground first, and then hopefully we can get out and close up those bean ruts too. But this GPS, I love it, because I hate turning sharp and going back for the next pass. You know, I see, you know, you rub your tires on your hitch, and then, you know, you pop a tire or whatever, you know, but here I'm able just to find the pass and I steer it. I still have to steer, but, you know, then I set up a pass where I can just go in loops, and then I loop it in and close that in, and I don't know, it's great. GPS is a wonderful thing. So, just about got this farm wrapped in. Just got to get over in this little, I don't know, there's probably 3 or 4 acres left here, and then I got to go dress up his headlands from the plowing over there. And then I need fuel. We fueled it up last night at 8:30, and I'm under half, getting close to a quarter now. I'm gonna fuel up before I go in, and we're gonna go knock out that 56-acre chunk, and then we'll have it done. And then we're going to move out to the 105-acre farm hopefully today, and depending on what time it is, it's not even noon yet. I would think we could work a little bit on that 105-acre farm, and then shut her down for the night, and then tomorrow we should be able to polish off that farm, and then I'll run over and do that 50 acres in town, and then maybe he can get on that disc. I'm just gonna check the weather here. Winter weather advisory until 9 p.m. Friday. That's wonderful. Friday, 90% chance of rain, snow, and wind. Becoming windy in the afternoon. Accumulation's less than an inch, so that's snow. Who knows how much rain we're gonna get. But Thursday, showers late, chance of rain 90%. So it's coming. It's just a matter of when. Check the radar here. Yeah, let's see, the snow is all the way out on the western edge of South Dakota. So it's over by Rapid City, South Dakota. So we got a while to go. We'll probably be able to go till 8, 9 o'clock before it rains anyways. And then, I don't know, the plowing, since he doesn't have the weights on the tractor anymore, it'll be interesting if he can go tomorrow or not. I think this thing will be able to go. It's going so good that I don't think an inch of snow or rain or whatever we're gonna get is gonna stop me. But, you know, who knows? Oh, you gotta love it when people put fence posts right on the edge. It's like, I get it. I know where the edge of the field is. Some people, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of fence posts. You want to put a wooden stick out there, fine, but I hate fence posts because in the dark, if you don't see them or something happens and you swing wide or something, you blow a tire. It's like, all because they want to make sure you see the edge of the field. It's like, we haven't gone over the edge of the field in how many years? Some people are a little more controlling, but that's the way the world is. But I don't know. I think I kind of rambled and ranted a little more than I normally have, and just kind of dressing up the headlands here. I go a little slower just because it bounces so bad over the where he sets the plow in. But yeah, make a couple more videos and everything's gonna be done here. We are definitely gonna take a couple weeks off from everything because it has been a battle of a fall, you know, and it's good for a person. It makes a person work for it, but man, it'll be good just to, you know, relax on my days off from work instead of coming out here and whatnot, and catch up on sleep and rest. And Thanksgiving's next week. Thanksgiving's a week from today, so it'll be nice to see family and rest up. And yeah, we're almost done here. So we don't have a heated shop, so I don't anticipate doing a whole lot over the winter, so the videos are gonna die down big time. I might do a couple videos of plowing snow or something, or digging somebody out with snow. I bought a 10-foot snow bucket for our skid loader last year, so I got like 1 or 2 videos on YouTube of that. That thing's pretty nice. So yeah, I don't anticipate obviously the volume of videos that I'm able to post now. We don't have any animals, you know. We just got a hobby farm where I live, so it's like there's nothing to really show in the winter. So once we get in spring, we start getting equipment back out and getting stuff set up. You know, I'll take a couple of repair videos and, you know, obviously the operating videos, and back to the regularly scheduled program. So yeah, thanks again.